Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I would just like to voice my opposition to this project going forward for the following reasons. The approval of this project has not gone through the correct procedures as was outlined by the previous speakers. What also concerns me is the notion that more trash and potentially more pollution than the area has ever seen could be generated when this system or plan would go online. And I'm very concerned about that. What also concerns me is that this is an experimental process, and I take exception to that for the following reason. I work in the medical industry, specifically in the IT portion of it. And when we start deploying any new type of technology, application, or whatnot, we take the time to test it out. In other words, go through the beta testing process. In fact, we do an alpha and a beta testing. It does not appear that either one of those was conducted prior to this proposal, and I have grave concerns about that. What also I found interesting was that this type of technology is not used anywhere in the United States. So not only are we not alpha and beta testing it, we are basically version 1.0 of this type of system, and any type of system that has a .0 as part of its versioning is problematic, because there's always going to be patches or improvements needing to be done. The company that is supposed to be running this plant is not experienced in this procedure. So I get the impression that it's the blind leading the blind, to put it bluntly. If anyone was going to do this, I would want some company or outfit that knows what they're doing. It's akin to my replacing a component in a server. I'm being tasked to replace it based on the notion that I know what I'm doing. My company would not want me to go in and start opening up a $100,000 server if I have no idea what I'm doing. What also has been brought forth is that this has not been shown to be alternative technology. Alternative technology is excellent, especially in today's day and age, but it has to be proven as alternative, and this technology has not, so I have misgivings about that. What also concerns me is the potential environmental fallout in case of an accident. Now, I cite two other instances of environmental disasters. Granted, different industries, but the concept is the same. I remind my colleagues about the Chernobyl disaster as well as the Fukushima disaster. Now, granted, those two are nuclear industries. This is something else. However, the environmental fallout was the following. For Chernobyl, an entire city, Pripyat, basically became uninhabitable. Now, Pripyat was a very large city, roughly akin to the size of West Warwick, if not more. So if a worst case scenario occurred, we're talking about, for example, potentially a whole area of Rhode Island becoming uninhabitable. We don't have that type of space. And as far as Fukushima is concerned, we're still experiencing the fallout from it. Now let's say there is a disaster or an accident of some kind. Has there been an evacuation plan thought up and proposed for the necessary removal of people from the immediate area? For example, if you go up to the Seabrook Power Plant in New Hampshire, basically, if there was a meltdown or some other accident there, at least there is some type of plan. We have not been told what this plan is if, God forbid, something was to happen in our area. If we don't have anything like that, or a plan B, then I do not feel confident in this plant being set up in our area. I submit this to you as a concerned citizen of West Warwick. Thank you very much.